Hey, Kentucky, welcome back. Time to talk a few more topics now. First up, Governor Beshear is the target of another lawsuit over one of his statewide bans related to the pandemic. Four men from Boone County, including a local pastor, are asking a federal judge to stop enforcement of the ban on mass gatherings, saying that it violates the First Amendment by restricting protests and threatening punishment. The plaintiffs were part of the May 2nd protest in front of the state capitol. The men are seeking class action status of their suit. Keith, they were at a protest. You can still protest.
Normally I would agree with them because you'd want to go out, and if you want to protest, you want to do it where you can. We're in a pandemic. So, you've got to do it where you're allowed and as far apart from people as you're allowed. And so I don't know what their beef is.
They didn't bother doing any of that, and they still got to protest. So what's the lawsuit for?
Yes.
Anyway, how likely are you to wear a mask in public? It seems many Kentuckians say not very. A new poll shows that ours is among the states where the fewest amount of people have been masking up during the crisis. Only up to 1/3 of those asked were wearing a face covering. The poll found that in Hawaii, they had the highest share at 58%. The lowest rates were recorded in Iowa and Montana. And Keith, we can see that when we're out and about. It's, not everyone's wearing a mask for sure.
Yeah, and the best state, Hawaii, is just at 58%. So, right at that halfway mark. And I also read an article today that was interesting that most men are not most, but some men are not going to wear them because they just don't think it's cool. So
yeah, and also my studies have shown most men are not cool. All right, the Louisville Zoo is losing. Don't mean to laugh here. The Louisville Zoo is losing $1 million a month during this pandemic. The director says the zoo's financial future will depend on how soon it can reopen. He told the Metro Council Budget Committee that the zoo was enjoying a great year before COVID-19. Apparently, the zoo had $1 million surplus at the end of February, but is now going into deficit spending. And Keith, the zoo, God bless them, they've been trying virtual zoo tours and everything else, but they're like everybody else. They're struggling.
I know, and not only the virtual tours, but they have the Zooms where you can get those animals included into your Zoom calls. This is one that you don't want to see hurt too terribly long by this. So hopefully they can open up pretty soon and get some people coming through and taking a look at the animals.
Absolutely. All right, athletes of all varieties have been challenged to find different ways to stay in shape. But Kentucky starting left tackle Landon Young is keeping up by working around his family's farm. Landon's dad created a lengthy list of chores from moving and installing water pipes to rolling out bales of hay, and it doesn't stop there.
Me and my dad actually built a full DIY wood squat rack and a full DIY wood bench. And, welded our own standards on top of the bench to hold the bar. We, drilled all the holes in our rack. So we had safety bars. We had places I could pick up a hand cleaning bar from. We did the whole thing and bought my own push-pull sled to sort of be able to get that leg work in.
That's the most Landon Young thing ever. He is as strong as an ox.
Not only that, his dad, Randall, resourceful, get him out there, get him working on the farm. And not only that, good for him. He can help him out. I couldn't make all those gadgets and help him out at all. So good to have a dad like that.
Absolutely. All right. Another Randall who's amazing is the new Houston Texan Randall Cobb, and he's giving back to his new city. The former Cat and his wife donated $10,000 to the local food bank as part of Houston Astros third baseman Alex Bregman's 24-hour fundraiser on Twitch. Their donation will provide 30,000 meals for those in need. Randall Cobb keeps being awesome.
Yeah, not only that, it's just good, again, to hear another Wildcat. I'm not going to single them out because I'm going to forget one of the names, but we've already heard of so many helping out during this time. It's been great.
A long list. Former UK big man Enes Kanter has a deal in place to live out his non-basketball dream. The Boston Celtics center apparently has an offer on the table to join the WWE following his NBA career, a deal he plans to accept. Those who followed his time here, along with the rest of the league, are quite familiar with Kanter's love for wrestling, starting with his introduction as the Under Kanter at Big Blue Madness. Keith, what a perfect fit.
I think he'd be great for it. The only thing that concerns me is, can he actually wrestle? Can he get that part of it done? Because I watched a documentary recently on WWE, and it's hard to get through their lower levels in order to get up to the main stage and be on in those main matches. So I hope he can do it because he would be great at it.
Yeah, he may bypass some of that too because he's so made for that. All right.
Yes.
Now, in a time when many wonder how they will make their next mortgage or rent payment, Papa John wants you to take a look inside his mansion.
Howdy, Papa John. Welcome to my crib.
Ooh. Ooh.
The Papa Castle, as he calls it, is a 10,000 square foot home outside Louisville. It was built nearly 30 years ago, but John Schnatter thought right now, in the middle of this recession, would be a great time to show it off. Keith, he is maybe as tone deaf as they come.
This is not a great time to do this. I mean, people have been dying for years to see this place. He also bought a lot of properties around the Anchorage, Kentucky area just to make that castle. And the funny thing was, he only showed you like just a part, and then he stopped. And I guess you gotta
but
come
he
back to
said
part two.
he's coming out. There's going to be a part 2 that comes out. So
Exactly.
stay tuned for that. All right, the wrap up is next to Hey Kentucky.